This, ladies and gentlemen, in front of us is the new Royal Enfield Guerrilla 450. It's a lovely looking bike, comes in a variety of colours. It costs just under £5,000. You can use your A2 license, it's lightweight, and it's just a lot of fun to ride. We've been riding it around Barcelona, up in the mountains, up in the streets, in town, urban environments, which this is probably designed to be for, and it's just a lovely bike to ride. It's a lot of fun, it's lightweight, it's very nimble, it's agile, and we're going to talk about it. First thing first, this is a Roadster. It's a naked bike, so you have to bear that in mind first. So that already limits what you can and can't do with this, or where you want to take it. So we start from the front, we look at the shocks here. It's kind of different. It's very conventional. They've covered it in this dust-proof sort of material to protect it, and it's got a nice travel as well. You're talking 140 millimeters travel, and on the back, it's 150 millimeters travel. What I really love about this though, some of the bits that I love, the little things in my opinion, is if we look at this 11-litre tank here, this writing and this design that we've got is actually handmade and actually not etched, but I can't describe the design process because I'm not a designer, but it's lovely the way they've done it. It's not sticker, it actually erases just a tad bit. So at first you think it's thick stickers, but actually no, it's actually integrated into the tank itself. And like I said at the start, it's a fun bike, and one of the ways that you can tell that it's a fun bike, or was designed to be a fun bike, is the color scheme that they use. So you can see the two-tone colors there. It's got this purple outline on there as well. If you look at the tire or the rims, you can see the purple outline on there as well on the front and the back, and depending on which color you go for, that will also vary as well. We have 17-inch tires. The back is obviously wider, and the tires offer really good level of grip. I can confirm that. We've been riding around the mountain today, cornering, and the grip on this is very good. Like I said, it's a naked bike, so you can see basically everything. And also, it's got a nice grip when it comes to where your foot actually sits for your braking and changing gears and all that stuff. So we have the singular seat here, which looks fantastic as well. I think it adds to the sporty styling of the bike as well. And this is nice and comfortable, so you can sit on this for a prolonged period of time without worrying about your bum becoming very stiff and numb. Of course, you can carry pillions on this. It's got the foot peg on there for the back passenger or the pillion rider. There's a handle here for passengers at the back so they can grab hold of that so they can be secure and safe on the bike. You can see the exhaust as well, straight from the Himalaya, and I think it does what it's meant to do. It does a good job at sounding really good as well, really good notes, exhaust notes and engine notes as well. The front brake disc is bigger. You're looking at 310 millimeters with twin piston caliper, and on the back we have 270 with a single pot caliper, and the brakes offer really good experience as well. They're very good, they're very sharp, it's not too eager, and that's the kind of stuff you want. You got ABS on the back as well, so that's pretty good. You can't adjust the front shocks, but the back you can adjust it. Offers some level of adjustment. Obviously, if you're going to be carrying pillions, you might want to adjust that. And on the back, we have the LED lights as well for the brake lights and indicator lights, also integrated in one, and they're very bright as well, even in this bright sunlight situation here in Barcelona. And in front of the rider, you see this off-center dial as well. It's a 4-inch TFT monitor, nice and bright. You can see in daylights and stuff like that. In fact, I can't even put it on now because it will flicker on camera. That's how bright that actually is. Some of the quirky elements is also this ignition switch here, which is a nice dial. I like what they've done there. That's a really nice detail to add. And also your mode button is there, which allows you to change from different riding modes. And on the side, we have some controls as well. So you have your horn, you have another switch here for your lights, indicator, this little joystick here to control things, and then that's your home button for when you're messing with the settings there. One thing to mention here as well, which I couldn't get used to straight away, is the level of travel that you have on the clutch. So that's something you have to get used to. Although I was told that you can adjust that as well to suit your preference, but yeah, that's something to bear in mind. And also, when riding, I also noticed that there's a lot of travel as well for the throttle here. So sometimes I find myself falling like this, and I'm not going anywhere, and I still need to keep going. I need more, so I have to really adjust myself to go back up to then go for what I need to. So there's a bit of travel on the throttle as well, but it works. Once you get used to it, you know what you're doing. Over here as well, we have our USB-C port, so you can use this to charge your device. So if you mount your device there, you can stick your USB-C in there and charge your device at the same time. But pretty much, it's a lovely bike. I love the handlebars as well. They're not too wide, they're not too short. It offers a really nice sitting position. In terms of the width, we're looking at 833 millimeters, and for the curb weight with 90% fuel and oil, we're looking at 184 kilograms. So it's pretty lightweight. And in terms of sitting height, I'm 5'11". I can easily flat foot this comfortably well, so it's very comfortable to ride, and you can ride this for a long period of time without feeling the fatigue of leaning over or anything like that. So like I said already, the sitting position is actually pretty good. And the travel as well, you're looking at 140 millimeters on the front and 150 on the back. So again, it's just designed to be nice and agile and just comfortable when you're riding it on the road. More on the engine, we're looking at a liquid cooled single cylinder engine with 4 valves. You have 452 cc and it's 40 Newton meters of torque at 5,500 RPM, and you have 29.44 kilowatts at 8,000 RPM. For the clutch, we're looking at a wet multiplate slip and assist, and you have a 6-speed gearbox. We also have a 42 millimeters throttle body and it's ride-by-wire system. So how does it ride? Well, I've been riding around the city here in Barcelona, and we've also taken it around the countryside, well, what I would call countryside. We've got all the curves and the bends and all the narrow roads, all the different terrains that you can possibly take it on here, and just to see how that feels on the road. You have this steel tubular frame that allows it to be nice and stiff as well, so it feels really nice and agile when you're riding on the road. Some of the complaints I have for this though, it's not the fact that it doesn't ride well. It rides really well. Like I said, it's agile, it's nimble, you can chuck it, you can bend it, you can take tight corners with no issues at all. A couple of issues I have with it though is the level of vibration that I was getting as I was riding this. There's lots of vibration coming through my wrist and my hands in general, and my foot as well, which is something that you have to bear in mind. But this is actually designed to be raw, so when you're riding this for a long period of time, when you're riding this kind of bike, you might expect that anyway, but that's something to bear in mind. Also, when it comes to revving and stuff and the rev range, this thing just wants to go higher very quickly. As soon as you go to first, it wants to go to second, it wants to go to third. Before you know it, you're in the 5th gear, without even going that far. And that's something to bear in mind as well. That could just be to do with the fact that it's a kind of small engine that we've got here. But other than that though, I think overall experience for me, first impressions of this is an excellent bike. It's fun to ride, costs just under £5,000 in the UK. And honestly, it looks great. I think it looks fantastic, and it's really lightweight as well. I think anyone would buy this, would get used to it very quickly and get on with it very quickly and actually love the bike. So that's my first impression. But over to you, let me know what you think. If you have any questions as well, drop them in the comments below. I do my best to answer your questions, and I'll leave links as well to where you can find more information, more numbers and stats about this bike in the description. So do check it out, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.